Yeah, there was a little bit of everything. Obviously, coming off a long break, I thought we started the game relatively well, especially on the defensive end of the floor. And then really came out of the locker room moving the ball really well on offense the second half, and then felt like we got hit by a train. I don't know, we just lost some energy, lost our legs, but fortunately we kept playing and gave ourselves a chance in the end, and obviously Alex hit a huge shot.
From an impression standpoint on young players, the W makes a huge difference moving forward this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, if you're mature enough to learn from the mistakes that you made, sometimes people's eyes are a little bit more wide open when you lose. But we had a good film session this morning where we went over a lot of the things that happened in the Marquette game. So we got a chance to make some points, some good things that we did and some mistakes that we made. And now we can flip the page to Villanova.
Some of the things they were able to get in the paint against you guys late in the second half. Did that end up being more fatigue? I mean, I think you mentioned you thought they were just a step slow at times.
We got through some of those screens better the first half than we did the second. I think Big Ryan got tired as well. He got a little flat on his coverage, and was back on his heels a little bit more than he usually is. And to their credit, their point guard made a couple nice kind of wraparound passes to get him those easy baskets. So that's something that we have to clean up, and fortunately we've been really good at that part of the game most of the season.
Sort of plan for Reef at this point, or
rest. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only thing that's going to heal the issues that he has, is just staying off it and resting, and obviously it really stinks not to have him. His experience as you move through a league as good as the Big East would be huge for us this year, but he's going to have to try to do that from the sidelines the best he can, and I'm confident that he'll do that.
In 48 hours, what are you going to try to impress on these guys in terms of difference from the previous meeting?
Well, it's Villanova's the preparation's relatively simple. They're extremely disciplined, and you have to be equally as disciplined defensively, and you also can't get out of your lane offensively, or they're going to take advantage of that and turn it into easy baskets on the other end. So the good news, if there is good news, we just played them, so I think the preparation will be fresh in their mind as we get back to some of these drills. I think the guys will understand what we need to do, but they don't lose much in that building, and it'll be a heck of a challenge. But it makes it a little bit better having already beaten them once when you're going there to play them a second time.
Do you think Roddy, because he needed time, like game reps after that injury, and do you think that he's showing what he did show you guys a year ago before he got hurt? Like, is he at that level now?
He's not close to where he's going to be. But Roddy needed a year if you just would have taken the injury out of the picture. Coming and playing in the system and the style that he was accustomed to. This is just much different. So it was going to take some time to adjust to begin with. And then you pile on top of that the knee injury and COVID and everything that went with it. It made it very difficult for someone coming from so far from home to have to deal with all the mental stress that he had going on in his life a year ago. So he's, you can see what he does defensively. He's very instinctive. Offensively, he's kind of got that herky-jerky to his game that can be hard to defend. And he plays with a lot of confidence, a lot of swagger, and that's what makes him good.
So one more for Coach.
I mean, just the Big East in general, where we talk about it, I feel like every year, but it does feel like this season, you guys just played the team that's 0-3, and that they look like they could beat anyone in the league. Is it as deep as it's been? Is it deeper?
Yeah, because looking at as you look at the teams that are picked towards the bottom, we've had some decent wins. Marquette's had some great wins in the non-conference. DePaul got off to a 9-1 start, and obviously they're dealing with some COVID stuff as they come out of that. And Georgetown will get better and better. So You know, it's a really really good league, and it's going to be a strange year because of COVID. I think at least for the next 2 to 4 weeks probably. Um, but you know, can you keep your team healthy? Can you keep bodies on the floor? And when you're without guys, can you figure out a way to sneak out a few wins? And you know, hopefully, knock on wood, we've been pretty good from a health standpoint, and it's going to be important that we stay that way.
Thanks.
Thank you.
In practice, and you ever made one
Uh,
like that in a game?
Not really. I mean, my first 3 years at Duke, I was never really in a position to shoot a shot like that in a big game, or I might have been in the game, but I was in the corner as sort of a decoy. So I mean, it was fun. That play we drew up was one that we've run it so many times in practice, and we've executed it multiple times in practice with defense guarding us. So we knew when he called it that we knew we would be able to execute it. And I got a good look, and I got plenty of time to get a shot off. So. And I rose up, trusted my work, and it fell for us, which was big.
My theory is that the game was kind of a microcosm of a young team. And what
Yeah.
you got to go through to get to where you want to get. Is that a good point?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I mean, that game definitely had some pretty high highs and some pretty low lows for us. I mean, we just watched film earlier today, so, we learned what we could learn from those mistakes that we made in the game. But, I mean, yeah, like you said, I think it was a pretty microcosm of the game. I mean, we went up 15 or 17 points, and then they came back, and, we just tried to stay poised and, told the young guys that, this college basketball game is a game of runs. Teams go on runs and, teams score multiple points in a row, and just to stay collected and to keep fighting and keep playing, even when we went down 5 in that first overtime was big. So I'm proud of these young guys for the fight that they showed in that game.
Yeah,
Some things that
oh, go ahead. I was just wondering we asked a couple of guys what they did during the break, and I wonder if you, being a vet, you don't necessarily. I mean, I guess everybody wants to get in the gym and work. How do you maximize that time off?
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird break. We weren't exactly expecting those games to get canceled. I mean, we had seen all over the country that games were getting canceled, but we just tried to stay in the gym, stay locked in, and realize that there could be a game scheduled for us any minute. And hopefully all this COVID mess starts to slow down and doesn't affect our schedule as much. But like the break was a long break, and it kind of hit us towards the second half of that game. But hopefully we don't have to face another long break like that again. So just trying to stay in the gym and staying prepared for these games when they come or when they don't.
since the film is so fresh on your mind, what are some of the good things and maybe some of the things that stuck out in that game?
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing, like I said, was just our fight and the young, especially the young guys' will to compete and not give up when the game got rough, like when we were down 5, and then just guys coming off the bench and stepping up and bringing energy and helping us win the game. Whether it was scoring points or just doing little things and making little plays and playing solid defense. So I mean, there were some positive takeaways, but there were also some negative takeaways. So, and we have a quick turnaround, so we have to really lock in here for these next 2 days, and then we're headed to Philadelphia to play Villanova again.
It's this level, taking somebody back to back.
Yeah.
The season is not easy.
Mhm.
What do you take forward as a more experienced player? You want to show these guys it isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Playing a team twice, it gets difficult the second time just because we're sure they're going to make adjustments. They're going to come out playing hard. They're going to want to get revenge on us for the first win. So, it's just critical that we really take these 2 days to prepare and get ourselves ready for what's to come, especially playing at Villanova, a team who just came off a win against a good Seton. Was it Seton Hall, right? Big, good Seton Hall team. So, they're going to be ready for us, and, we're going to take these 2 days and get ready for them. So it's going to be a good battle.
So, yeah, you're a good shooter, but just to see how
Yeah.
games where they go in.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good.
And actually, are they different shots? Or, I mean, more?
I don't know. I mean, it feels good. I mean, it feels good to see a few go in. It gives you confidence, and maybe gives you confidence going into the next one. Hitting shots. Especially the 3-point shots. So I mean, I've been working a lot. We've been getting extra shots up, and just trusting the flow of the offense that those open threes are going to be there for me. Just because of the way we move the ball and the way we cut and the way we share the ball with each other. So, just being ready to hit those shots and knock them down when I'm open is going to be key.
Yeah.
Anyone
last question for
One
Alex?
last question, just kind of thinking of travel stuff. That's something people don't understand for freshmen,
Mm-hmm.
many as you have that are playing every day.
Yep.
Trips like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
you know, I mean, it's as easy as it can get in terms of you got great facility infrastructure, coaching staff, but for individuals, what do you teach these guys about not screwing up life when they're on the road? And I don't mean negative stuff happening, I mean getting the right sleep, eating all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely important. We have our guy Jeremy here who helps facilitate some of that stuff, and especially with these multiple road games, you're traveling back to back, so it's just important that we recover and we spend our time here on the floor, get what we need to get done, and then it's all about recovery and resting and hydration and sleep and stuff like that, especially when we're on the plane and on the bus. So I think they've got a pretty good hold of it, and then it's going to be a good telltale sign these next 3 road games that we have. So hopefully we can manage that to the best of our ability.
Thanks.
You got to play a full 40 minutes. I think we got a little complacent at the start of the second half once we went on that little run. So just got to play the full 40 minutes and be locked in the full 40 minutes. But I think it was good for us.
Was it mental or physical?
A little bit of both. We obviously had a little layover, or we had to stop and play. We didn't play for a little while. And then we just got complacent. So a little bit of both. I think we're at a good spot right now. I think we're at a good spot. We're kind of growing bit by bit. Obviously, we had a little break, like I said, and we're trying to get back to our flow of basketball and our little rhythm that we're getting. But I think we're at a good spot right now going into Big East play. So I'm excited for the rest of Big East play.
How are you feeling too? Because when you look out there, it's like Virginia, you're very poised.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel like you're getting more comfortable with it, or are there still times, especially since it being so close, where you're a little nervous about it?
No, I think I'm getting pretty comfortable at this point. We've had 13 games I think under our belt, so I'm pretty comfortable at this point. I'm just looking forward to Big East play. I think it's good that we're getting our young guys are getting more experience and getting more comfortable, especially going into Big East play. So I'm pretty comfortable out there.
What do the guys tell you about going into Villanova as opposed to playing here?
We just know that it's going to be a fight. Obviously, on their court, road games are tough games, especially Villanova on the road. So it's going to be a tough environment in there probably, but we just got to lock into the scouting report, and I think we'll be good.
You mentioned there's a bench giving you guys a lift. Like a guy like Roddy, he came in, he got like 6 assists, I think. And
Yeah.
hit the big bucket late. What's your impression of it? It's probably tough to sit on the bench and try to make an impact.
Oh, no, definitely. I mean, I think we're just all ready. Everybody that comes off the bench and plays is all ready. We have confidence in all our guys. We've worked so hard this whole year, and we have confidence in everybody that steps on the floor. So he just does what he does every single day, comes in and is consistent, and he's doing a great job.
Obviously, you guys played Villanova already. What do you just remember from that game? And just keeping it in the forefront of your mind as you head there?
Yeah, we just remember they're a tough team. They're a veteran team, obviously, with a bunch of experienced guys. And we kind of pulled out away on them in the last game, but we know going into the place is going to be a tough game. They're going to be ready for us and probably want a little bit of revenge. So it's going to be a tough one. But I think if we lock in and listen to the coaches, we'll be good.
I know you're not playing at home this week, but I just want to. The last time you played at home was pretty sweet, right? Just in terms of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
What was your impression of that environment when you think back on that Villanova game, just the fans' impact on it?
Yeah, it was a crazy game. The fans were great that game. They gave us a lot of energy. They're kind of like our 6th man out there. They kind of give us a little energy spark. So that was a great experience, and I can't wait to get back in front of them.
I don't know if you guys talked about it. When I talked to you as recruits, that was one thing that I swear everybody said. Was can't wait to play in front of the 17,000, 18,000.
Oh, yeah.
Has it lived up to it so far, just your experience of it?
Yeah, definitely has lived up to it. They're a great fan base, so it's definitely lived up to it, yeah.
2 more for Ryan.
How do you think a game like this last one against Marquette will just benefit you guys going into a tough environment?
Yeah, I think it's great for us playing games that go down to the wire like that one, especially games where we have a little run and they have their runs, and we kind of have to keep going back and forth. are good for us. So being able to pull out a tough one like that is always good, especially with a young group of guys. So, and especially on the road. So, yeah.
Can Arthur Kaluma guard you?
No. Arthur has never been able to guard me. I got clips on my phone of me cooking him in practice, so I can send them to y'all if you would like. They'll be on it when it's his birthday. They'll be when it's his birthday. They're gonna be sent. I promise you. I promise you. On his birthday, they're gonna be on Instagram. But he can definitely not guard me. Yeah, he can't guard me. Appreciate you guys, though.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks, Rob.
I had to get you.